Hello guys, I am Dark, and today is going to be my first video montage on our clan battle tactics and strategies for the clan battle season. So far, if you can see, uh, we are going to face this game against one of the top teams in EU, but small, slight changes in the tactics would have a huge impact on the map. So, if you see the lineup of our team, Wargaming Pay to Win and NOCAP, they are basically the same, with the exception of Battleship. Enemy red team is playing Ohio, and we are playing Thunder. Thunder is more like a defensive battleship. Ohio is more like of an aggressive battleship. But it also depends on what type of tactics you play. They are playing Ohio, it means they like to push. We are playing Thunder because we like to counter and defend. So let's see how it works for us. So if you can see at the start of the game, we are pretty much at the similar positions. So you can see that in this game I will make some decisions which would impact very good to hold a counter to the enemy. For example, I will ask my DD to go for the 1 line instead of staying on the 3-4 line or trying for the cap. Because I know no cap likes to push, so instead of sending my DD to directly into the cap or staying between the cap and try it again, I will not do that because I know and no cap likes to push, and our DD, if I send him directly to the cap, he will be in a constant radar threat. So I like to remove or push that radar threat away so we can do it. So from the start of the game, we do pretty much standard. We send our CV to get the reset on C cap. The CV is not allowed to do any cheap damage. He will only strike a target on C when he is going to get a reset, because reset will give us point leads. So as a standard, I send 2 patrols to defend or push depending on the enemy situation, and I will try to keep 1 patrol with me, which will babysit me as I'm playing the battleship. And I also send FDR to the edge line. You would soon find out why I send the FDR to the 2 line, because I will be positioning one of my patrols behind the island, so he will be always in the AA cover. Yes, you're right. AA doesn't work behind the islands, but I will position my CV in such a way that he will still be able to shoot down planes if they try to threaten my Petropavlos. But the most important part is the CV has an automated fighter. So it would be very easy to defend the Petro and the CV itself. Alright, so if you can see on the map, our Harlan just did some RPF based stops to deny or early catch the DD. Enemy CV is doing the same. Our DV CV is also doing the same. So let's see how the battle progresses. I will increase the speed of the game a bit so you would get to know how we are going to play this out. So our Petro is going to reverse, which is in front of me, so he has some radar range. In case the Holland tries for the early cap, we are able to reset it. Okay, we see enemy Petros are very aggressive. One of them is spotted, and we try to hook them down with a crossfire from the 4 line and the crossfire from the 1 or 2 line. So some initial shots are fired. One of my Petros, which have a good positioning, is doing the damage, while our CV is going to spot. He's not going to strike the Holland, but he would just try to speak the Holland or spoke him out. So he is detective, but he's out of the gap, so our CV is just going to drop Petros, which are in a serious crossfire. NOCAP tried to be very aggressive on that flank, and they paid the price for it, because our positioning caught them in a crossfire. So me and Ayanami, if you can see that we are trading each other for some damage on the enemy flank and also nailing the enemy time. So if you can see that sending my DD to the 2 line was very effective. We quickly cross-torped one of the Petros and we got the crossfires from the 4 line. Okay, but at the cost of the cap, but it won't matter because the petro is alone and I will ask my CV to constantly focus the petro. Meanwhile, one of my petrols said that they are pushing very hard around the island and they have to create some type of crossfire. If you see that I'm suffering a bit because CVs are cancer, but nothing I can do. So if you can see on the other flank, I asked my petros, one petro stays on the 9 line and one petro goes around the 10 line. So you create a tremendous crossfire when they box in. Okay, so if you can see, one of the petros is going on the 9 line to create a crossfire. The other petros are boxed in and we are trading quite nicely with our HP and bleeding the enemy more. So if you can see on the map, the enemy team is already boxed in on the 2 line and they're on the 9-10 line. They're also boxed in because something is going to happen, which is a tremendous crossfire. Enemy battleship is kind of beached and he is paying the price for it. The CV would drop him, but we will get the cap because Petro is out of radar range and it's very easy. And it's because we didn't trade it so much and we pushed them out and we waited for them. So our DD would just get the cap. Enemy TV would try to harass it, but my CV already left a fighter for him. Yes, he managed to do a reset, but we will get the cap. Okay, now I want you to see at the 9-10 line. If you can see on the 9-10 line, there are 2 petros. They are very aggressive, but they are in full crossfire now because I asked petros to move around and create a crossfire. And you see that how we outplayed those 2 petros on the 9-10 line. Though yes, we were winning on our side, but we plotted this out and we went for it. Alright, so one of the petros is down and basically we have complete map control and complete game control of the game. So the other petro is also in a crossfire, so he might also lose his HP, so I would fast forward to this moment. So I just wanted to say you that we just have the same setup, but we just outplayed the enemy with the right positioning and the right timing of our ships, and this is how you win clan battles. They are like one of the top clans, but you know how we reacted to the enemy. And now it's an easy game. So I guess that's it from me. If you are interested and you liked my montage, maybe PM me so I can make some more for you. Yes, I know my English is so shit, but it depends. I'm trying to give AA at the moment to my Holland, but it's basically a 1 game so far, so we will get this Petra down. I mean, also one more impact, guys. If you see FDR and your 2 ships, it doesn't matter. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. See you.